Hey everyone, it's Tay of Shantae Plans and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing something kind of unique in this Plan With Me video. This is something I have not done before, but I'm really excited about the opportunity to give this a go and see how this all comes together. What I'm getting ready to do is actually 2 spreads, and I realized that this morning when I pulled out this kit. This is the Silent Night kit from Paper Trail Plans. Also, I guess, sorry, just a little preamble. If you are new to my channel and new to planning, I have a plum paper planner, which is where I don't decorate this planner with stickers. I just write down all of my plans and I use it to keep myself organized. This is my Sadie Stickers B6 undated planner. It is my sticker planner and I use this as a memory keeper. I decorate it with planner kit stickers. And so this particular planner kit, when I mean, you have to go back to August for the inspiration and how we got here. So this was the Fireflies kit from Paper Trail Plans. And when I used this kit, I had so much fun with it. When I did this spread, I was taking a break from YouTube, so I do not have a YouTube video on this. And that was a strong inspiration for why I wanted to do this particular spread that I'm working on today, because I wanted to recreate the techniques and things that I did in this spread in another spread. But after I finished this one, it was right around the time where Christmas kits were starting to come out, and I messaged Paper Trail Plans and I said I had so much fun working on this and I loved the concept of this being nighttime and very glowy with the fireflies, and I really wanted a nighttime Christmas kit. And so that brings us to the Silent Night kit, which they created based off of that request, and they did such a fabulous job. They did offer this in both light gold and silver, and I went with silver because I don't like light gold. Literally why I chose silver. Had they done it in hot gold, I would have gotten that one. But because this kit was created based off of my request, they were kind and generous enough to send me the entire kit. And so I have so much here. What I realized is I could use this for 2 spreads. And that was something I was truly excited about because of the way I have this formatted. One, because this is formatted for an A5 wide size planner, and so you would in that size planner have 4 columns where you'd be able to use all of your fill boxes going across if you so chose. And if you so choose, one of those sayings is the correct for grammatic verbiage of that. But because in my B6 planner, when I'm utilizing an A5 wide size kit for this format, I only needed 4 of the full boxes. I immediately knew I was going to have plenty enough full boxes and enough stickers left over to do a second spread. But as I was going through and trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to do for December, for my weekly spreads for the month of December. So I have this one that I just planned. This was using a kit from Sadie Stickers. This was her September mystery. Ton of fun planning this. Came out super beautiful. Love that one. And then I didn't know what I wanted to do for this second week. And then I knew this week, which would be the week of Christmas Eve, which is this Sunday, I knew I wanted to use the Silent Night kit, and specifically the darker colored boxes, because I wanted that whole nighttime effect that I got with the Fireflies kit. But when I hauled this, I fell so in love with the other boxes in the kit. I was like, gosh, I really want to do another spread utilizing this kit because it's so gorgeous and has so many stickers and there's so much to this. I was like, I saw the potential. I saw the opportunity to really have a lot of fun with this kit. And as I was looking at it this morning, again, I was going in my head, I have so much because again, they were so kind enough to send me the entire kit. So I have not only the full kit itself, but all of the additional journaling add-ons and all of the extra deco add-ons, the floral add-ons, which they did both large and regular florals, and then they did both in transparent matte and premium matte, and they sent me both. This is the florals on transparent matte, the alcohol ink swatches on transparent matte, the foil deco add-on, as well as the small foil quotes that also has some deco on it, and then the quotes that are non-foiled, and then the music note sampler on transparent matte paper, the torn paper sample. I mean, this kit just seems to go on and on, right? There's so much here. I was like, I can easily get 2 spreads out of this. And that is my plan. I'm going to do 1 spread because I absolutely feel like I know what I want to do with the darker colored boxes, and then I'm going to do another spread using the lighter colored boxes. And what I think is going to be interesting is I feel like at the end of this, even though I'm using 1 kit to do 2 spreads back to back, I very much think they're going to look very different in their final outcome. And I am really excited to see what that outcome is going to be. You've already seen the intro clips to this video, so you know what it looks like. But as of right now, I don't know what it looks like yet, because I'm about to get started. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be this is the second week of December, but I'm going to do this one second. I'm going to start with this one because this one, what I'm going to do is recreate what I've done on the Firefly spread. So I've got my roadmap here for this one. I know exactly what this is going to be. The second spread, no idea yet. Not a clue what I want it to be, but I am pretty sure I'm probably going to play around with this technique with the double sidebar maybe. I'm kind of considering that for the second spread. So we'll see what I end up doing with the formatting. But anywho, I'm going to stop this and we're going to switch over into voiceover mode. And if you would like to see how I created these 2 spreads, please just keep watching. I'll begin this spread with the bottom washi. There was actually a washi add-on that came with the kit that had this amazing night sky looking washi strip, and that was absolutely perfect for what I wanted to do. It was very deep colored, and that was what I wanted to really bring in all of those darker tones. And so I started by placing that one down, and then I'm using the floral washi trim as my top strip. On top of that, I'm going to layer the taco washi trim from Panda Bird Design and Gathered Plans. This is from their Gathered Layers collab. I love that foiled washi strip. It's so elegant and beautiful, and I just think it looks gorgeous every time I use it in a spread. I'm so freaking happy. It's one of my favorite washi strips to use. And so I've now done that on both sides of the page, added in those 3 pieces, and now I am moving into the date cover deco area. And I knew for the top that I wanted to layer some alcohol ink swatches, and then I'm also going to use the torn paper that has that dark night sky. I saw Amy from the script planner do this. She put down her alcohol ink swatches and then used a bone folder to really make sure they were pressed well into the page. And I thought that was such a genius trick, because sometimes with alcohol ink swatches, you can get little air bubbles underneath them if they're not like really well pressed into the page. And then when you take pictures, they look splotchy. And so I have now started utilizing my bone folder to make sure my transparent matte stickers are pressed down really well onto the page so they don't have that air bubble look in my photos. One of the alcohol ink swatches that I pulled into this spread, it was also from Paper Trail Plans, but it was not a part of this kit. It was the alcohol ink swatches in the color lavender. And I did that because I thought the lavender would be a really nice complement to all of the deep navy blues in this kit, and really help enhance and pull into that whole night sky concept that I wanted for this spread. So now that I've got alcohol ink swatches and the torn paper down on this side, I'm putting this date scripts. Sorry, my brain blanked. Date scripts and date dots. Those are the words I'm looking for. And those are from Paper Trail Plans as well. It's their academic font, abbreviated days, and then the matching date dots. Also pulling in a little bit of the deco with the cute little nutcracker and the music notes, which I brought those in on the premium matte paper. I love that they had the music notes on both transparent matte and premium matte paper for this kit. It was really fun playing with both of those paper types for this particular spread. Because I really wanted this very nighttime glowy concept for this spread, I am going to be using a ton of foil, like an obscene amount of foil for this spread. And it's one of my favorite things. I've only done this now twice, where I did it with the Fireflies kit, and then with this one where my focus in putting the stickers on the page is really wanting the page to feel like it's glowing when it catches the light. And so to do that, you go nuts with the foil, and it was the best. I had my freebie from Sadie Stickers, which had a lot of snowflakes and the pixie dust cluster deco on it, which was so perfect for this spread, because I realized as I was sitting down to do this that I had not ordered like snowflakes, foiled snowflake stickers for this fall. So I was so happy to have my Sadie Stickers freebie, because it had a lot of the snowflakes and things that I needed on it, as well as some of the other freebies from the other girls from Sadie Stickers. I was able to pull in a lot of snowflakes from all of those freebies, and a lot of foiled Christmas things that were great for this spread. So I am continuing to add in lots of freebies. I also trimmed using the thin scallop strip that came in the kit. I used that to trim the bottom of the date cover deco area, and then added in one of the Paper Trail Plans line and dot column liners at the top there, just to give it a little bit of foil. Speaking of column liners and full box liners, I am now working on my full boxes. So I've placed them on my removable sticker book, because that was just a really easy way to put them down, give me some workspace so that I could line them with the full box liners and then easily lift it off the page, because that's sticker backed paper. If you don't have a removable sticker book, you can just I would say like on your full box page, because the full box it's like framed around with like the excess paper that you don't use but is left on the page when you lift up your full box stickers. If you peel up that part of it, then you'll have more space on that page, and you could use it as like, or just like a leftover kit sticker page, like just lift it up, the leftover stickers on it, and use that paper backing if you don't have a removable sticker book. That's what I'm trying to say. Hope that made sense. Anywho, putting down the full boxes, I'm going to add in some alcohol ink swatches layered behind them. And I really wanted to focus on layering the lavender along with the dark blues. I really loved the combination of that, and where the stickers overlap, it looks really pretty and cool. And I loved that it gave a very rich, layered nighttime sky effect. And so I've placed that behind the full boxes, layered those at an angle over each other, and I'm bringing in some of the florals, the music notes, and lots of the decos, and even the script that said it's the most wonderful time of the year. I thought that was super cute. And now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side, where again, I'm going in lining my full boxes with the full box column liners from Paper Trail Plans. And when I got to this side of the page, this was when it was getting kind of tricky, because I realized I didn't have as many of the darkest blue on the alcohol ink swatches from Paper Trail Plans. So I had to be kind of strategic with my placement. This side feels a lot more lavender, whereas I feel like the other side of the page feels a little bit more blue. I should have been paying a little bit more attention, because they, on the alcohol ink swatches sheet, they had I want to say maybe 2 or 3 that were their deepest blue, and then they had some of the lighter blue alcohol ink swatches. And because I was focused on making this spread feel very dark and nighttime, I really wanted to lean into the darker colors and not so much the lighter blues for this spread. And so the side feels way more lavender to me when I look at it than the other, but it still came out really cute. I've added more of the florals, and then also brought in another script on this side, and then I'm bringing in some of the music notes layered around it. I put down the first piece of the music note, and then the second one, and then a little bit later, because once I finished putting down my base entirely, I kind of looked at it as a whole and realized if I shifted the angle of where that first music note was placed, it looked a little bit better. So you're going to see later in the spread that the angle of how that music note is placed down shifts just a bit. Moving up into the top date cover deco section on this side, I've placed down the torn paper, and then I'm just going to repeat the same steps with layering my alcohol ink swatches over on this side, and then also bringing in some of the transparent matte florals at the top as well. which I thought looked really beautiful and complemented that area so nicely because it brought in a little bit more of that deeper blue. And so I was really loving that and pulling in the florals as well as the clip art. I loved adding the clip art around my day scripts. I just think it looks so cute having the little image layered right next to the word and bring in some more of those super cute music notes because they look like they're just dancing across the page and it's just adorable. I am taking my craft knife and just cutting a straight edge right along the top of the page. That way anything that's hanging down from the date cover deco area gets a nice sharp cut, and then I'm going to trim that with the scallop and that foiled washi strip, and that makes it covers up any of those harsh blunt edges that I created by making those cuts in that area. And then I'm also layering a lot of the snowflakes and things into that beautiful night sky and the torn paper in the side. And that way when it catches the light, that area just really sparkles and just looks so pretty. Onto the sides. Oh, coming down from the torn paper, I added in, that was just like a divider actually that I used, and then that bell that was from Sadie Stickers. She released that last year, that bell with the bow on it, and I just hung that from a Sadie Stickers divider, made it look like a hanging ornament, and then added a snowflake from the pretty pink cone next to it. I did that on both sides of the page hanging from the torn paper. At the bottom, I'm using, this was actually the top strip of washi that came with the base kit, and I just cut it down so that it would be header sized, and I used that to create my Saturday and Sunday headers. Because I'm in a B6 planner, I always format it, or I don't always actually, sorry, rephrasing. I actually just released a video talking about the different ways that I format my B6 planner, but I used to always format it where it had Monday through Friday across the top and Saturday and Sunday at the bottom in the middle, which is what I did for this particular layout. I have since added a couple more different formats to the way that I do my B6 planners. But anywho, moving back over into the sidebar, what I'd done, because this was so heavily inspired by my firefly spread, and what I did in that spread was I brought in some alcohol ink swatches, and then I took the jar of fireflies and just dropped it at an angle in the sidebar, and I thought that the snow globe was the perfect thing to use here. Gave me that same effect that I had when I had put the fireflies jar in the sidebar in that previous spread, and so I used the super cute snow globe, added in some leaves, layered the music note on top of it, and it's just, that was like the perfect finishing touch for me. When I put that music note down, I was so happy. It just was exactly what I wanted, and like the perfect accent in that area. Then I'm putting down the month script and just adding a couple of snowflakes around it. Now that my base is complete, I can start moving into the day by day. I started by doing some layering. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work with the swatch plus the alcohol ink swatch plus this full box, and I'm going to end up removing that blue swatch at the bottom because it just felt like it was too much. It was just too many things underneath that box. And so I'm going to keep the purple. This is where you see me removing it because it was starting to feel like it was creating an odd shape having it at the top and the bottom. I didn't need both. So pulled that out and then just layered in one of the midi boxes and some of the florals and snowflakes around that. I'm also bringing in some individual music notes from Sadie Stickers because there were so many of the swirly music notes that came in the kit. I wanted to make sure I also pulled in music notes into the day-to-day as well, keep everything coordinated. I put down this quarter box and I used that to mark that I purchased my ticket for a Galentine's planner meetup, and then realized I had this space, wanted to write something else on there, and I was like, oh, let me shift this down, and then that way I can write directly on the page in between those two boxes and just give it a little bit of variety. Because of the way I format my B6 planner, sometimes I have room to write 2 things in each day, and sometimes I have room to write 3 things, just depending on how I end up decorating around that space and how much space I leave myself. And in this area, since I had room for 3, I decided to kind of break it up. I've used to be pretty consistent with the way I would do that in my day-to-day section, where like I would start by alternating, where I would either start with writing on a box and then like right underneath it would be writing directly on the page, and then next under that would be a box. And I used to be pretty consistent about that. I've not been as consistent. Like I'll do a lot of like box on box on box in a column now, and I think again just because of being in a B6 planner and the way I format my spreads now, I I've been just really enjoying utilizing a lot of the boxes and things, and it doesn't feel overwhelming to me at all. And so for me, I still like writing directly on the page, but I also like writing directly on boxes. So it's just about whatever fits my mood and whatever I feel like fits the space. It used to be like a kind of a regimented thing to make my planner look a certain way, and now I just do it based off of what I'm feeling at that moment. Anywho, let's catch up to where we're at in this spread. Which, yeah, because I keep describing myself lately as a moody planner, and so much about being in my decorative planner is like how this thing makes me feel. And I think that is the best way to approach your planner, especially when it comes to the decorative planning part. My functional planning is about organizing my life. My decorative planner is about my hobby and making me feel happy. So your planner should be something that makes you feel happy because this is your hobby. Anywho, on to, what is this, Wednesday? I started with one of the scallop circles, layered one of the present box decos behind it, added in a Ray and Tay script from Pandabird Design. That was a custom that she created for me and Ray, which was so sweet. And I love using that for when I'm marking anything to do with the shop. And I was posting on our TikTok, which I don't do as consistently as I should, but I try to keep up with it. It's hard keeping up with a bunch of different social media platforms, but anywho, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it very much because I like TikTok. It's fun. Actually, just created a TikTok for my Shantae plans, which I'm looking forward to seeing how much like I'm able to stay consistent with that going into 2024, because it may end up being something that like I really enjoy, or it may be something that I like start and I'm like, this isn't a match for me. I'm done. We'll see what happens. On to Friday, I started by putting down this torn strip that had the scene of the houses and the night sky, and I was like, that is so cute. Gotta put that on the page. And then I also thought that was like a really fun way. I'm just decorating kind of and giving myself like a frame for this little area with the florals and the snowflake, and I'm going to write directly on the page and not utilize a box in this section. And then underneath that, I'm going to add in a box. Let me not jump ahead. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of where we're at on screen. So I've put down the torn paper. I added in the alcohol ink swatch behind it, layered some music notes on it, and I had the cute little lamppost that came with the kit. It was on the small journaling deco page, I think, that came with the kit. And I was like, this lamppost is so adorable. Loved it so much. Added in the little acorn and the flowers, and of course, this page is just covered in little clusters that I tried to sprinkle in throughout the page, which I normally use clusters throughout my day-to-day anyways. But I tried to do more than usual for this one because, again, the goal is to make this as sparkly as possible. Then underneath there, I am putting... Oh, by the way, I guess I was marking a flight check-in for my parents. I always like to help them out with that because they're not as tech savvy. And so it's really easy for me to just go ahead, check them into their flight, make sure they get their boarding passes on their phone. And they've gotten really good at that part. They know how to download to their Apple Wallet and use digital boarding passes when they're flying. I'm very proud of them because being tech savvy is not their thing. Anywho, underneath there, I pulled in one of the, that is also a box from Gathered Plans and Pandabird Designs collab from her Gathered Layers collection, which I thought looked really lovely with this kit. And so I pulled in a couple of those boxes throughout this spread. And I used that to mark the last day of the Ray and Tay sale. On to Friday, I had that day off, which was so nice, going into Christmas weekend. And so I used the sweater and the gift box and just layered some deco on top of it because I knew I was going to be using a script. So I knew I could have fun playing around with the deco because I didn't have to write anything on it. And so anytime I know I'm going to pull in scripts, it's always really fun to just layer a bunch of deco because the script is going to layer on top of it perfectly, and I'll still be able to read it, and I don't have to worry about my handwriting or penmanship being able to write on top of the deco. Underneath there, I added in a nail polish icon from Cross by Towie just to mark painting my nails. And then I also braided my hair that day and used another icon from Cross by Towie. Moving down into the bottom section, in the first spread, the firefly spread, there was this really adorable tree. And because there were all of those cute little firefly stickers, I added a bunch of fireflies and like made that tree super glowy. So much fun. I wanted to do the same thing, and I was looking at this kit and they had a Christmas tree, and I immediately was like, perfect. And so I cut the tree in half, added half to each of Saturday and Sunday. And so here I just had to like lift up the tree to add in this box because I'd already placed the tree down, because I knew immediately that was like, oh, the tree is happening. And so I'm adding in a cute little mini box, layered some of the deco from the kit behind it, added in some more deco clusters. Underneath there, I used the scallop circle. That snow globe is from Sadie Stickers. And then the dangling ornament, that was from Paper Trail Plans off of one of their winter freebies. Moving to Sunday, I'm lifting the tree up again, adding in a midi box layered underneath there to mark my cousin hosted a Christmas Eve sleepover. It was so much fun, just getting a chance to hang out with my great aunts and my cousins. My mom and dad are no longer in California, and they ended up spending this Christmas over at my dad's side of the family. So my parents went to my aunt's house on my dad's side, and so didn't get a chance to hang out with my mom this Christmas, but if she were in California, she definitely would have been there for that one. But it was really nice getting a chance to hang out with my aunts and cousins. It was a girls' Christmas Eve sleepover, and it was very girl. I love my cousin. She is like, we always joke that she's like the Martha Stewart of the family, because anything super girly and aesthetic, you can count on her for it. And like the whole thing, it was a really wonderful time. It was a great Christmas Eve. And I also dropped off my niece's gifts on the way to my cousin's house. So, and I just marked that with a present, and the snowflake. And then the Christmas Eve script is from Paper Trail Plans off of their holiday scripts page. And then that window scene with the reindeer, that is from the Pretty Pink Co. I love that layered on top of that box over the transparent matte florals, because the florals add a little bit of color underneath that window, and I just thought that was so cute. Now I'm adding a bunch of the snowflakes and the sparkles and even individual like dots and stars, and that's a mix of things from both Sadie Stickers and Paper Trail Plans. Sadie Stickers does just an amazing job with having really, really small, intricately cut cluster deco. And so it was really perfect for this. I was able to add a bunch of things to really make the tree look like it actually had like Christmas lights on it and is glowing. And so when it catches the light, it is so sparkly and beautiful. To finish up the spread, I want to trim all of my columns, and I was originally going to use the column liners from Paper Trail Plans for this, but I ended up going with the Pretty Pink Co., which is what I had used in the original one, and I like the look of it. I also love the look of the column liners from Paper Trail Plans, and we'll be using those in future spreads as well. But I kind of felt like going back to the original look with these washi strips from the Pretty Pink Co. They're super dainty, and they worked really well. I think I feel like the look of the column liners from Paper Trail Plans, the ones that I was planning to use, which had the line and the dots that matched the full box liners that I used, was a little bit too bold for this spread because I already had so much going on. They also have like a thin solid line, which I could have done that, but I wanted the look of the dots. That was why I ended up going with the Pretty Pink Co. So I think just depending on the spread I'm doing and how much else is happening on the spread, because this one already had so much going on, I thought the very dainty dot column liners was a better way to go. That wraps up spread number 1. We are moving right into spread number 2. And this one I started by putting down my bottom washi, and I knew this was going to be really easy. Really easy. Hold on, rephrase. I knew this was going to be really interesting and unique and more difficult than the first one, because the first one I was just repeating what I'd already done. For this one, I was like, I have lots of creative options. How do I want to approach this? And so when I made this decision to go ahead and do the double column format for this spread, I started by putting down the bottom washi. I used foiled doily washi strip from Paper Trail Plans. That was released by them a year or two ago, I think, at this point. And I love having that one in my collection. It's so beautiful and so bold on the page, and that was what I really wanted, a washi strip that was like foiled and really bold for that area. And now I am using the floral washi to line the side of the columns, and then added in one of the thin strips. I'm not sure if that came in the main kit or on that washi add-on page, but it's so good. I use that to trim right next to the florals, and then pulled in some of the large transparent matte florals to give me a nice background color and image right in the side there. Added in those large hanging ornaments that came on the large deco page. I fell in love with those immediately when I saw them. So gorgeous. On top of that blue washi strip, I'm adding in, this is from Sadie Stickers. This was a leftover from a Sadie Stickers, one of her mystery kits that I had used for the first week of December. And I had 2 strips of this snowflake squiggly washi left over, and I was like, that's gonna be so perfect to pair with this, and it looked beautiful. I'm cutting my full box here. I saw Planned with Ash do this in a spread. Also, I literally just realized what I thought she was doing. I've been doing this wrong. You're supposed to make 2 cuts. You're supposed to put it down on the page and then just cut out the section where it sits in the column. I've been doing this the hard way, where I like take my scissors, cut the full box, and then try to place it down, and then like try to match up where the 2 pieces fit like a puzzle. If you just put it down on the page and then make 2 cuts in the space where it hits the column, then your full box is lined up perfectly. It's so much easier. Do not do this the way I've been doing it. I have made things so much harder for myself than I needed to, because I really didn't know. I saw a picture of it on her Instagram, thought it was super adorable, and I was like, I want to cut up my full box, and did it wrong, did it the hard way. Anywho, added in a quote under that full box and some more of the super cute dancing music notes. And now I'm moving to the other side, and I'm just going to repeat that. What I've been loving about this whole dual sidebar thing is that I get to play around and just be super decorative, and it is just a blast. I also got a chance to use both of these large hanging ornaments, which I was very, very happy about, because I could not pick a favorite between the 2 of them. It's just one of my favorite deco elements that they added to this kit. And that, and then the images in the full boxes, that was why I was like, I have got to use this whole kit this year. I had zero patience. And a lot of times, I'll like, if I have leftovers for a kit and I'm like, oh, I really want to use that, I'll hold on to that for next year, and so that I can use that again. This was one of those kits where it was just like, I gotta put this on the page. It's so beautiful. Anywho, here I go again, making my life difficult, cutting up that full box, lifting up where I placed it, and trying to like tuck that underneath there. I still like the visual and the effect of it. The whole concept of this like cut full box thing is, I'm a fan. Anywho, in the sidebar, adding in more of the transparent matte florals plus some of that torn washi, and I love the way that torn washi layered over that floral at the bottom. And then when I added that little music note over it that I just did, it all came together beautifully. And now I'm just adding in a few more touches of some additional florals and music notes and clusters on both sides of the little sidebars just to finish it up. The vertical month script, one of my favorite things that Paper Trail Plans release. I love those vertical month scripts with the large months. It looks so good in the sidebar. I'm a fan of doing like horizontal sidebars, but now having these vertical month scripts, I've really enjoyed going back to utilizing my sidebars vertically, and being able to have the large months in there in a vertical orientation is super cool. Another thing I've truly enjoyed about having the dual sidebars is that it makes the center section where I've got my day to day. I love doing the headbar. Good grief, headers. The word header and sidebar ran together in my brain. I love using the headers of the that come in the kit and putting that across all of the sections. It makes everything very symmetrical, and it's all very organized and looks exactly the same, like uniform. That's the word I'm looking for. I love that so much. I've really enjoyed that. I'm putting down some of the transparent matte large florals in the top, which I thought was just so beautiful up there. Decided to drop my my date covers and date dots onto the headers for each section, and I love the look of that so much. Having the dual sidebars means I'm working with my days of the week within just the 4 columns in the center of the page. And so by splitting those in half, it gives me 8 sections, which obviously I just put deco in the first one. If you are someone who wants to do like functional planning, you could also pull in the Monday through Sunday tracker into that first box down at the bottom, or you could put your habit trackers there. There's so many options, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've truly enjoyed this particular format. Don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. It's just the cutest thing ever. I also pulled in the hanging ornament date dots. Those are from Sadie Stickers. And I thought that looked so cute with the little date dots just hanging from the headers on each of the days. To start off the day by day, this were my last 2 days in the office for the entire year. And so we started on the spread I just did was actually the week after this one that I'm doing now. And so we're kind of backing up a week going into this second spread. Anywho, but these were my last 2 days where I was physically in the office. The rest of the year, I was either going to be off or working from home. And so I'm marking this across both Monday and Tuesday that these were the last 2 days in the office with some very elaborate layering. They had a large deco piece that was on the journaling sheet. I pulled in some florals around that, pulled in some of those foil branches that came off of their winter freebie, added snowflakes to frame it, added the star that came on the deco sheet, the little nutcracker guy. And then I pulled in one of the foiled boxes from Paper Trail Plans, but not a part of the kit. And I thought that very simple white box was nice because I had so much layering going on around it. And so it was really great to just have that clean, simple white box. Underneath there, I marked, used a third box to mark that I had brought in just like little gift cards to hand out to my team at work as their little Merry Christmas gift. And then used a scallop circle layered over one of the, I always call those things like blobby circles. They're not. I don't know what to call it. But it came out super cute. On to Wednesday, I put down a third box, I layered the third box over one of those journaling sheet notebook pages, added in the music notes and the florals, and used that with the 2 meeting script from Paper Trail Plans. Underneath there, I decided to write directly onto the page. So I'm kind of framing out this area, pulling in some of the floral deco, the music notes, and hanging the snowflakes along with some streamers because I was marking it was my nephew's birthday dinner. We took him to the Cheesecake Factory. It was not his actual birthday, but it was the day my husband and I were able to take him out to dinner and get a chance to hang out with him to celebrate his birthday. And so that was a really, really fun evening. I love my nephew so much. To Thursday, I started by putting down a scallop box, layered that over some florals, and then that transparent matte snow globe. I love snow globes, and that one was super cute. I love the way that looks there. Underneath there, adding in the third box, layered florals, the large snowflake, and then those old writing scripts, like that single line. I've been pulling that in a lot. That came off of my freebie from Sadie Stickers. I love the way that looks layered over a box. It's so cute and it just works in so many ways. I've really enjoyed using those throughout this spread. Moving to Saturday, started with the torn paper, added in some floral, and again, just framing out that top section. I'm actually going to end up putting 3 things here. So I'm starting by writing on the page, then underneath there, pulled in one of the small clean foiled mini boxes from Paper Trail Plans. And I used that to mark that I was shopping for planner stickers. As we all love to do, and then also marking that I got some Happy Mail that day. I got a lot of Happy Mail that day. I got the Pretty Pink Co., Lexi Kylie Designs, and Paper Trail Plans. So this is a good day for Happy Mail. And I'm using an icon from Crafts by Towie to do that, layering some of the florals around it, and then also layered another one of that old writing single scripts from my Sadie Stickers freebie. On to Saturday. This was so much fun. There was like a cute journaling notebook paper, and I had all these errands that I ran that Saturday. And so I just used the notebook paper like actual notebook paper, used the errand script, and just listed out all of my errands that day because that it just worked out so perfectly. And I thought that looked super cute. Finishing up this spread with another one of, oh no, wait. Sorry, I'm used to this being the last box I work on. There's one more. This is only Saturday. Putting down one of the clean simple boxes from Paper Trail Plans, added in one of the washi strips from the kit. The YouTube icon is from Crafts by Towie, which is of course layered over the floral deco. That is such super cute layering. Pretty clean and simple, but but the visual on the page, so good. Added one of the blobby circles, I don't know what to call those, over a mini box, layered under a mini box. Used the transparent matte sweater, which I loved that layered over that blobby circle because it picked up the color right behind it. Added in the transparent music note and the florals. And then that little flourish is from the Pretty Pink Co. And I used that to mark sleeping in because that last week, or not last week, that week was super busy because we knew we were getting ready to come to year end. I work in finance, and so oh my goodness, getting ready to close out the year is a very busy time of the year, and we were trying to get as much done this week so that the following week wouldn't be so crazy, and then so that the week right after Christmas hopefully wouldn't be as demanding and crazy, which it ended up working out really well because I only ended up having to work 2 days the week after Christmas. So we got a lot of stuff done. I was very proud of us. Anywho, finishing up this day, marking that Sunday with a planning sesh, used a quarter box, some of the brush strokes, the florals, more of the snowflake deco, and the cute little cup icon is from Crafts by Towie. Doing these 2 double spreads, this was so much fun. I loved planning these spreads so much. They were both so beautiful, and I felt really unique. And it is amazing to see what you can do using one kit in 2 totally different ways. And that's one of the things I always used to love about watching people do planner collabs, is just seeing how different spreads can turn out using the same kit. And so to see that happen back to back in my planner was pretty cool for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up to like it and share if you would like to. I hope you're all having an amazing day. I'll see you next video. Bye.